Imagine this. Two people walk into a financial advisor's office. One is a regular person hoping to double their money as fast as possible. The other is a billionaire wearing a $30 t-shirt and driving a 10-year-old car. The regular person says, "I want high returns." The billionaire says, "Give me something stable, predictable, boring." Now here's the twist. The billionaire walks out richer. The thrill seeker walks out poorer. Why? Because the wealthiest 1% understand something most people don't. Boring investments are secretly some of the most powerful wealth machines ever created. Let's break down why the ultra-wealthy love dull investments, and why those slow and steady assets quietly build empires. The hidden rule of the 1%, boring gets rich. If you ask everyday investors what exciting investments look like, you'll hear things like crypto moonshots, hot tech stocks, IPO hype, flipping houses, whatever the internet is obsessed with this month. But when you study the portfolios of the ultra-wealthy, people with $50 million, $100 million, even billions, their money is usually sitting in things like boring index funds, rental real estate, bonds, dividend-paying stocks, farmland, private equity, municipal bonds, cash reserves. Nothing flashy, nothing viral, just quiet, predictable, cash-flowing machines. But why? To understand that, we need to rewind to something the wealthy learned a long time ago. Getting rich fast is how you get poor fast. In the 2000s, millions of people tried to strike gold in dot-com stocks. In 2008, people chased skyrocketing housing prices. In 2021, the world went all in on crypto, NFTs, meme stocks, whatever could triple overnight. And every time, a pattern repeats. Ordinary people get swept up in hype, prices soar. Then reality hits, the bubble pops. The wealthy buy the dip and the cycle resets. Billionaires hate this chaos. They don't want their money evaporating because Twitter got excited about a new coin. So instead of chasing fast money, they chase forever money. And forever money grows slow, quietly, and predictably. Also, wealth buys access to safe passive income. Here's something frustrating but true. The richer you are, the safer your investments get, and the higher your returns become. It sounds unfair, right? But here's the reason. Wealthy investors get access to assets normal people don't, like institutional real estate, private credit funds, private equity buyouts, stable infrastructure projects, high-quality municipal bonds, long-term government contracts, business equity stakes, farmland producing consistent yields. These don't give you 200% in a week. They give you steady 6, 8, and 10% returns every single year, decade after decade. Small returns? Not for a billionaire. A stable 8% return on $100 million is $8 million a year. You can live off that without touching the principal. That's the definition of never run out of money. The wealthy don't chase jackpots, they chase predictability. Now here's the thing. Boring investments survive crashes. Let's go back to the example from your reference, 2008. One of the worst financial disasters in modern history. Almost everything crashed. Stock market down 50%, unemployment at 10%, $19 trillion in household wealth wiped out. But do you want to know what didn't crash? Farmland, rental properties in stable areas, government bonds, long-term index funds, they later rebounded higher, infrastructure projects, private equity with long-time horizons. The people who were over-leveraged, chasing fast money, lost it all. The people with slow, steady investments survived and then bought everything cheap. You know what happens every time the economy crashes? The wealthy go shopping because boring investments give them one thing you need in a crisis: liquidity. So you see, they aren't tied up in volatile assets, they aren't panicking, they're waiting, and when the world is on sale, they buy. Compounding is the real superpower. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. But the truth is, compounding only works if you stay invested long enough. The wealthy know this. They don't interrupt compounding by chasing trends. Let's take an example. If you invest $100,000 and it grows at 8%, in the first year, you'll have $108,000. In the second year, $215,890. By year 20, you're looking at $466,100 and a whopping $1 million by year 30. But if you panic sell, chase hype, or jump in and out of the market, you interrupt the compounding curve. That slowdown is invisible at first, but devastating long term. The wealthy protect compounding like a sacred ritual. Boring investments allow compounding to do what it does best, turn small growth into enormous wealth. So you see, the best investments don't require attention. The ultra-wealthy don't want to babysit investments. They want to run businesses, build companies, influence industries, and enjoy life. They don't have time to watch charts or chase market trends. So they put their money into index funds that track the entire market, rental properties managed by other people, cash-flowing businesses with proven demand, dividend stocks from massive companies, and long-term government-backed projects. These require almost zero daily attention. They just quietly make money in the background, and that's the ultimate level of wealth, when your money works harder than you do. Now you know that boring investments are the most scalable. Here's something most people don't realize. Exciting investments don't scale. You can't put $200 million into a meme stock, it'll explode the price. But you can put $200 million into apartment complexes, farmland portfolios, municipal bonds, ETFs, infrastructure, and private credit funds. The wealthy love boring investments because they can deploy huge amounts of money without creating volatility. Boring equals scalable. Scalable equals powerful. So what's the big secret? The wealthiest people in the world don't think like gamblers. They think like architects. They aren't looking for fireworks. They're building foundations. Because at the end of the day, financial freedom doesn't come from hype, speculation, excitement, or even luck. It comes from consistency, discipline, patience, and boring decisions repeated for decades. The wealthy figured this out early. Most people don't figure it out until it's too late. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. If you want to build wealth like the top 1%, you don't need to copy their money. You just need to copy their mindset, and their mindset is surprisingly simple. If it's predictable, stable, and boring, it's probably going to make me rich. Hi there, I'm Josh. If this video opened your eyes to finance, wait till you see what's next. Subscribe to Finimation before everyone else does.